Everyone who has watched anime is probably familiar with the big three, and even if you haven't, chances are you have at least heard of one of them. Before I actively started watching anime, I already knew about Naruto and One Piece, but I'd barely heard anything about Bleach back then. I'm not hating on Bleach, in fact it's my favorite out of the big three and one of my favorite anime in general. I'm just saying that compared to the other two, Bleach wasn't as popular at the time. I started my anime journey with Naruto, and I was instantly hooked. It's what made me want to watch more anime. One Piece sat on my watchlist for what felt like an eternity. I just never wanted to commit to it. The episode count alone was enough to scare me off. That was until COVID hit. With nothing else to do, I ended up watching every episode that was out at the time. Bleach was the last of the big three I watched, and honestly, I don't even know why I waited that long. Even though I hopped on the bandwagon pretty late, I still hold Bleach to a very high standard. Although I've watched and love all three, I recently noticed something interesting while scrolling through TikTok. People today see the big three in completely different ways, and this is exactly what I'll be talking about in this video. First, we've got the Over-Glorifiers. These are the people who will only respect your anime opinions if you've watched the big three. According to them, you can't call yourself an anime fan unless you've seen Naruto, Bleach or One Piece, and God forbid you don't have at least one of them in your top 10 favorites. I've seen way too many TikTok comment sections filled with hate just because someone didn't include this anime in their favorites. This kind of mindset gatekeeps anime from people who might not enjoy battle shonen or who just don't vibe with the big three. And honestly, not vibing with them is fine. People are allowed to have different tastes. No anime is perfect, and the big three are no exception. Whether it's One Piece's pacing or all the filler in Naruto and Bleach, those things can turn people off, and that's okay. There's so many anime out there to enjoy, no one should be judged for what they like or don't like. Next up, we've got the people who misuse the term big three, like a lot. Way too often I see people saying the big three are Naruto, One Piece and Dragon Ball. First of all, Dragon Ball came from an entirely different era. It actually helped inspire the big three, but it's not part of them. Worse are the people who try to create their own big three, and throw in names like Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's, or Fullmetal Alchemist. Don't get me wrong, these are amazing anime and manga, but being great isn't what makes something part of the big three. The big three is a historical title, given to Naruto, One Piece and Bleach during their peak run in Shonen Jump. These series carried the magazine, got the most promotion, and dominated both Japan and the West. Their influence wasn't just big, it was massive. They introduced a whole generation of fans to anime and set the standard for what a long-running shonen could be. And finally, we have the Deniers, the people who claim the big three were never really that good and don't deserve the hype. Yes, the anime adaptations had flaws, we have already talked about that, but that's the anime. The manga versions of these shows are far more polished. And honestly, a lot of the issues people complain about were added by the studios, not its source material. Plus, it's 2025. If you don't want to watch filler in Naruto or Bleach, just skip them. If One Piece's pace is too slow, sucks to be you. Go watch One Piece. There are more ways than ever to enjoy these stories without the downsides. But even if you still don't like them, you can't deny their impact. Remember when I said Bleach was the least popular of the big three? That might be true, but it's arguably the most influential. Without Bleach, we wouldn't have Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, or even Black Clover. And the same goes for Naruto and One Piece. These series inspired an entire generation of manga creators. Without them, the anime landscape we have today just wouldn't exist. And we also can't pretend like the big three aren't still doing numbers. One Piece is literally still running and it's as popular as ever. Trust me, if an anime wasn't good, it wouldn't be running for over 25 years. Bleach came back with a 1000-year blood war, and the fourth course likely dropping in 2026. And Naruto, we have Boruto. At least the manga is good. So yeah, the big three might not be perfect, they might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it changed the game, and they paved the way for modern shonen anime. Whether you love them, hate them, or think they're overhyped, you can't ignore the legacy. That's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.